everyone, and welcome back to UZEX News on UzReport TV channel. Today in our edition can get acquainted with the latest exchange news as well as with the exchange market condition of mineral fertilizers since the beginning of the current year. At the beginning of our program, we traditionally offer you the results of trades on all trading platforms of UZEX market and definitely the price dynamics of the top commodity positions. These were the main indicators of UZEX exchange over the past week. Now let's focus on the news. The managing director of the Chicago Commodity Exchange for the Asia-Pacific region, Russell Beatty, visited the Uzbek Commodity Exchange and held a meeting with the local exchange management. This visit was an important step towards enhancing inter-exchange cooperation and sharing of experience in developing new exchange trading mechanisms. During the talks, the latest trends and prospects of the global exchange industry were discussed in details, as well as a wide range of issues related to the comprehensive development of cooperation between the two exchanges. Russell Beatty highly appreciated the economic reforms implemented in Uzbekistan, including achievements in the field of exchange trade, and also expressed the willingness to contribute to the organization of trading programs for Uzbek specialists and participants of tenders. Following the visit, the parties agreed to continue working contacts and hold regular consultations on the development and improvement of exchange trade in Uzbekistan. Let's move to a separate segment of the UZEX exchange trade market, to be exact, the market of mineral fertilizers at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange for the months of January-September of the current year. During the period under review, over 2 million tons of mineral fertilizers were traded at UZEX market, 32% more than in the same period last year. The average monthly sales during the period under review was 225,000 tons. In the month of January, the volume of sales was 135,000 tons, as we can see on the screen. Then in the month of March, the volume of tenders exceeded 400,000 tons, as we can see on the screen, which is the highest figure for the current year. Considering the structure of sales of mineral fertilizers at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange, it's worth to mention that an absolute leader here is definitely ammonium nitrate, which goes with 55% at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange, as we can see on the screen. The second position here is taken by carbamide, which goes with 17%, and definitely the third top leadership position here is taken by ammonium sulfate, which goes with 10%. It's worth to mention definitely about amorphous and potassium chloride, which goes with 8% for potassium chloride and amorphous 7% at the UZEX exchange trade platform. So let's go and look more properly. One of the most demandable commodity groups in the segment of mineral fertilizers of the Uzbek Commodity Exchange, that's definitely going to be the ammonium nitrate. In the mineral fertilizer market, prices of sales leaders show a decrease in ammonium nitrate. Thus, for the months of January and March, the prices fell from 2.8 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen, down to 2.7 million sums per ton. However, there was an increasing trend in the following months due to increased demand. From April to June, prices rose from 2.7 million sums per ton up to 2.8 million sums per ton and stabilized at this level, as we can see on the screen. Growth continued in the months of August and September, reaching 2.9 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen. Definitely one of the highest positions since the beginning of the current year for ammonium nitrate. So let's go and look more properly at the carbamide market, and the market of carbamide is more volatile. In the months of January, the price of carbamide were in the range of 3.6, 3.7 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen. In the months of May and June, the prices reached a maximum of 3.8 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen, which is definitely one of the highest figures since the beginning of the current year. In the early autumn, there was a noticeable correction. Prices fell and returned to their almost initial price positions of 3.6 million sums per ton, which is definitely quite positive news for the consumers and traders working in this segment. And this kind of situation is also due to the active position of the factory producers and their systematical performing into the UZEX exchange trade platform, exactly in the segment of mineral fertilizers, which is carbamide. So regarding the structure of mineral fertilizer purchases, it should be noted that there is a relatively even distribution of fertilizers in the market according to regions. To be exact, there is no absolute leader in the level of acquisition of goods at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. However, it is possible to highlight some regions which share is slightly higher. For example, the share of Fergana region is about 12% on consuming definitely mineral fertilizers at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. The share of Samarkand, Kashkaria and Naui regions are relatively equal to each other. So to be exact, Samarkand goes 9.8%, Kashkaria region goes with 9.5%, and definitely Naui region goes with 10.1% on consuming mineral fertilizers. While the share of Horizm region is 8%, that's what we can see on the screen. The share of other regions is 3 to 7% at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. These were all comments for today. Thank you for watching us and being with us. Do join us next week on UzReport TV channel and definitely with the website at www.uzex.uz. See you next week. Bye.